Hi. I don't have any specific subject. I am going to talk a little bit about the hashtag I am a creator group though. So, who's on here with me? Who's the two on here with me? Oh, I lost one. Anyway, so we'll just start talking about the hashtag group. Um, Hashtag I am a creator is basically just a support group to help the small YouTubers gain ground so that we get our view time and closer to the goal of being able to receive money through YouTube. As it stands, it's hard for new YouTubers to gain supporters. So this group is just focused as that to help boost it so that people can really start getting more subscribers and view time. But what we're doing is we're paying it forward. And it's not a sub for sub. It's just basically we're looking out for one another. And we've all been there where we're stuck on a number or something and we're looking to get that boost. And I have seen quite a few people who didn't have very many numbers, and through being in the hashtag group, they really expanded their channel, getting more support and view time. So it's worth it. I'd like to know who's on here. Ah. Well, that's okay. I'll keep on talking. I'm sure someone will get back on. So anyway, one good way to help someone out who you have subscribed to is after you subscribe to them, then you go to their channel and go into their playlist and see what videos they've got and just let it play. Maybe at least on one video give a good comment and a like, and then just let the rest of their videos play. That way they're getting their view time. Let the videos play all the way through. Who's on here? I would love to know who you are so I can say hi. I mean, I say hi to you anyway, but I'd like to know who you are. Yeah, as I continue to do these live streams, I'm hoping that the word will spread so people will start joining, and that way there can be more support for one another. If you happen to not be subscribed to somebody who comes onto the chat, then you can support them, and we're always eager to support one another. You know, there's people that doesn't understand the hashtag group or just simply isn't joined on to it. And for those of us who's on the hashtag group, it'd kind of be nice to go out and recruit. Find somebody who's a small YouTuber but not with the group and explain what it is and encourage them to join. There's one in particular that I am really hoping will become a very active hashtag I am creator, but I'm also going to introduce it to another person and hopefully they'll join the group. Sunday's a slow day. Everybody's doing live streams. Guess everybody's on the other ones. Sorry I don't have an interesting subject. um, well, I would ask if anybody went to church, but I've only got one viewer, so did you go to church today? I did this morning. Okay, I've got two more on. Who are you? Please speak up. I have had no connection with anybody yet. I'm still trying to figure out who's watching. People's popping in and watching me, but not saying hi. Grandpa! Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I was thinking I was going to have a blank video. Having problems with your phone, are you? I'm doing great, Grandpa. I hope that your phone straightens up. That's a bummer. Well, what type phone is it? Hey, Lucy. Glad you joined. Hope you can stay a while. Yeah, an iPhone 5 is pretty old, but they're good phones. Yes, I would love to have more flakes. Those things are a little bit too good. I had an iPhone 5, Grandpa. I gave it to my granddaughter and she played with it until it died. It was about 3 years old. But she was like she didn't know how to take care of it properly. It would have lasted her longer. But yeah, those 5s, they're old. Now I work on a tablet. I do the live streams on the tablet and the video views. I watch everybody's videos. That way I've got a bigger screen. And then I make my videos on an iPhone 7 and I use an iPhone 6 for telephone. Since when, Brian? I wish this would stay up. Oh my goodness. Yeah, don't give up yet, Brian. I enjoy your videos, even if they do take a while. You can look on Amazon. That's where my husband's been getting them for me, is from Amazon. It's a good place to search. That's how old my granddaughter is, Grandpa. She's 7. Your video about 20 minutes, Brian? She's wanting to know how long your video is going to be that it's uploading so long. Man, there's got to be a way to make these stay up. That's what aggravates me. Brian, don't do that. And buddy, I look forward to those short videos. Well, I'm in Texas, Brian's in Illinois, and Grandpa's in Maine. I tell you what, they've got some good stuff here, girl. And it's not just the barbecue that's good either. I mean, they've got some good Mexican food here and everything. Texas is like a smorgasbord. Yeah, Houston does rodeos at least once a year. Now, I used to live in Houston. I lived in Houston for about 2 years, then moved to Waco. I've been here in Waco now. I'm going to be 3 years next year. Where do you live, Lucy? Well, for me, I don't know. Cool. Now that's a place I'd like to visit. Maybe see Buckingham Palace. I wouldn't mind seeing the Queen even if at a distance. But anyway, I started YouTube because when I lived in Kentucky with my first husband, finances was a struggle. And I'd wanted to find a way to be able to make money at home because I was a mother of three, you know. And so I checked into doing YouTube and saw that there was money in it, but I didn't have any means of making it. And then after I married my second husband, he provided me with a phone that worked good for videos, and finally I decided, okay, now's the time. I'm going to give it a shot. And I've only been at it now since about February of this year, actually doing videos. I enjoy it. I love doing it. Yeah, she long live the Queen, but she seriously lives long too. She has been in the seat for a long time. The Queen has. I'm amazed at it. I It may be that Brian left. I hope he hasn't. No, I hope Lucy hasn't either. But yeah, Brian, he's getting plumb aggravated with YouTube, where it's taken so long to get his video uploaded. And it could be he's got a full memory. If he's got full memory, then he can't upload. It screws it up. Yep, us ladies need that beauty sleep, don't we? Well, it's daytime here, but I understand. So, thank you very much, Lucy. You have a good night. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Not to you. We gotta get some more people in here, Grandpa. And to make this chat a little bit more full of chat, have more conversations. I'm not going to give up, though. Eventually, it'll pick up steam, and then I'll have more visitors that I know what to do with. Just gotta be patient about it. Yep, I do believe Brian left us. Maybe he'll get back on. I know yesterday he was having trouble with his phone. So maybe it's not YouTube. Could just be his phone. Yeah, me too. It'd be a crying shame him getting his channel moving like that. I mean, he's starting to gain ground, and his videos are awesome. I hope he doesn't quit. Well, hasn't really been much of anything. Went to church this morning, and then I just kind of sat around, anxious to be able to get this live stream going and stuff. Got my husband off to work. And another hot day. After I'm done with this live stream, I'm going to have to do some more packing. I'd say we're probably about 50 to 60% packed. There's always those little things. Yes, he is so supportive. And I greatly appreciate that. Matter of fact, I think he's like my biggest fan. As soon as he gets home from work, he checks to see what I've done, and he watches it. Sometimes he keeps me up at night because I go on ahead and listen into my video while he's watching it, and it keeps me awake. If I don't get more folks in here, this is going to be a very short live stream. So how's your day been, Grandpa? My husband saw that you had commented on it last night, and he said, yeah, I think we're all going through a heat wave. But anyway, he said this morning, I couldn't figure out why that grandpa said hi. And then he realized that I'd done another Snapchat, so I said, yeah, it was Grandpa's idea. And so, Lorna is based on you, Grandpa. Hey, we've got 2 visitors. Who are you, Jens? Glad you're here. Okay, I lost one. I'm going to check out the other Snapchats. I just got to find subject to do with them. And that's the only downside. And I can't have them all do a review, but I'll think of things to and do like a little minute thing with them. See what I can do. Maybe have one specifically talk about the weather or something. I don't know. I am thinking about doing product reviews, just items instead of food, but if I do that, maybe I would use another Snapchat filter to do the products over the reviews, over the food. And I'm still working on that one. Yeah. Huh. So you're the mystery number 2. Okay. Well, I don't think the computer knows the difference. Now, the downside to me trying to do any more Snapchat filters is that a lot of them are switched out. Yeah. I'd like for there to be more so I can make this a little bit longer, have different subjects to talk about. I'll just keep dishing them out there. I reckon some days are better than others for people that does live stream. I'm not the only one. But yeah, as far as it goes for the Snapchats, a lot of the filters they switch out. You can't always rely on them being there when you want them again. It's consent. Oh, cool. Got me another sub. Okay, I'd already subscribed to them. They're just returning it now. Alrighty. Paul. I can't hardly imagine it getting too awful hot, it being close to Canada and next to the ocean. Awesome! That's terrific, Grandpa. I find that's how I've gotten a whole lot of my subs, is just going on ahead on live streams. Well, that's pretty good. You just make playlists, don't you? You don't actually do your own videos. You just list playlists, right? Hey, Knowles. Great to see you here. You gonna be able to stay on for a while? Oh, well, I'm going to have to find those because when I had subbed to you, I didn't see anything but playlists. So I'm going to have to check out and see just what you got. How you doing, TK? Hope you can stay on here a while with me. Yeah, that's the one thing about going on live streams and making your own videos. You got to make up your mind which is more important for the moment. I know, I've got to definitely see that, so I'll be looking for that for sure, Grandpa. Well, I had a third visitor and they're gone. I think sometimes people just pops in to see how many's on that there's really nothing going on, and so they just say bye. Yeah, you are. And I'm pretty sure that Knowles is. I don't know who the third person was. They popped right back out after about half a second. Almost like a classroom, calling out names. Here! Man, that was so long ago. So I happen to be drinking Bulletproof coffee. Does either one of you know what that is or ever heard of it? Well, have you heard of coffee with butter? Well, okay, like it's coffee with butter instead of creamer. Now, I was very skeptic about it because the thought of butter being in coffee, like, ew. And so I thought, okay, what's all the rage? And I checked it out. And it actually tastes better with the butter than it does with creamer. And like where creamer has got fast carbs in it so that you feel hungry after you drink it, with butter, it actually, there's no carbs in butter, and so even though it's got higher calories, it actually sustains your appetite for a while. So it's more effective in weight loss. It does seem to work on me. The times that I've drunk it, I don't eat as often. Half and half is pretty good. Now, if I happen to use creamer, it's got to be the powder. I end up using too much liquid creamer if I use liquid. So I use the powder if I use it. Now today I actually, a lot of people likes their half and half. Now normally I put sugar in mine, but today I put honey. And it's not so sweet, which I'm not used to with coffee. I don't like coffee anyway. It's got to taste pretty good for me to even drink it. So the Bulletproof coffee, it's not so bad. It's really shocking how the taste is with the butter in it. Well, I wish I could try your coffee to see. Buy me a plane ticket. I'll be there in a couple days. I'll taste your coffee, Grandpa. Yeah, that's what I heard. I know, well, there's some words that I can't pronounce, but it's also got the hydrogenated something other oil and something else. So really, it doesn't do much for the appetite. You can drink it like first thing in the morning and you're still hungry. I tried to just drink coffee without eating anything and that didn't work. I'm afraid though, if I'd do half and half, I'd end up using the entire carton just to get what I like. Are you planning on pretty well going vegan or just vegetarian? I don't eat much pork. Really don't eat much red meat either. I do prefer my red meat, but it seems like I eat more chicken than anything. Now, my husband, he's been a vegetarian and a vegan. And when he was vegan, he lost so much weight and stuff that he was no longer diabetic. Everything was normal on his system and stuff. He had ended up with a great comeback. Well, seeing that you love both pork and red meat, that's going to make it hard, Grandpa. Salmon's pretty good. I've not tried like whole salmon or, grilled or anything, but I've tried the salmon patties that's made out of the cans where they've got the canned salmon. I've tried that. One thing I don't like about it is that they leave the bone in it, and it makes it a little hard to get the meat from the bone. I'm still yet to try grilled salmon or something. I would love to. Oh. Now I'm going to have to try that. Next time I go someplace that serves it, I'm going to have to just give it a try. And I love fish in particular, seafood. But I finally got to try mussels, and I didn't like mussels. But I do like, I like clam. Just didn't like the mussels. Do they use like a lemon butter or something on salmon? Yeah. I don't know. The clams I think might be an acquired taste. Um I, I like them, but I can only handle a couple of the clams. But now I do like the New England clam chowder real good. But I do the half shells. When we go to the Chinese buffet, I get me a couple of them. That's about all I can handle. As far as it went for the mussel, I think it was just too big of a meat, and that was too much for me to put down. But now I love shrimp, and I love crawdad, and um, tuna's pretty good if it's made right. And I love flounder. I'm still yet to try calamari. I think I'd probably like it. All right. Thank you so much for stopping by, TK. Well, hello. Phoenix 5? Hmm. PZ. Okay. That's an easy way to say it. Tacos, huh? I'll keep tacos in mind. Throw a taco at somebody. All right. We gotta keep that one in mind, Grandpa. Anybody make you mad, throw a taco at them. Well, I don't know. Somehow or another, we got talking about clams. I guess when I mentioned mussels. All kinds of jokes with tacos. I like tacos too, especially with sour cream. I don't like the tomatoes on them though, so I always get me just the meat, cheese, lettuce. Oh, okay. You just know that they're good to throw at something. Oh, I reckon that'd work. I mean, it'd be a slop, but it'd be soft. It wouldn't break anything, I don't think. Now, my husband likes to make Mexican food. Yep, I just like the lettuce in it. Well, okay. Well, what are you supposed to do? I've never actually had food thrown at me. That's a good thing. Have I thrown food at somebody? No, I don't think I had. My mother threw a hot dog at my dad once, though. Had chili on it. She missed him, hit the wall. She said the bad thing about that was she had to clean it up. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Yep, assault with the hot dog, Grandpa. Now, for me, I used to be a chocoholic. I'm not so much on chocolate now, a little bit here and there, but on the whole part, really, I don't even eat it, really. And veggies, there's very little veggies I even like. No, nobody's ever thrown anything at me, not food. Hello. Money magnet? How do you pronounce that? Now, I love Jesus. He's my Lord. Well, good. Glad I didn't make a fool of myself. Yeah, I'm afraid that kind of slipped over top of my head, Phoenix. Sorry. I'm not very fast with jokes anyway. Well, I'm glad that you're on here, Money. Hope you could stay a while. We're talking about food fights. Are you meaning that you're going to go to bed bed fights, okay, with food? You've been in one, Grandpa? I've watched it on TV. That's about as much as I've gotten involved with it. Oh. Cottage cheese, oh my gosh. I wouldn't want to clean that up. If I was to throw food, I think I'd choose something that wouldn't be so messy. That way it wouldn't be hard to clean up. Oh. Eh, no, I'm afraid it's still going over top my head. Sorry. Mom's got to be extremely mad to throw any food now. Well, yeah, I guess I got that. Um, has anyone ever seen the movie Food Fight? The cartoon, the computer animation? Yeah, I am a little bit innocent. I don't get into stuff like that. It's not my cup of tea. Well, I should. I've got 3 kids of my own. But you being 13, what are you doing talking like that? I have no idea how much tea is in China. Do you, Grandpa? Yeah, thank you. No, I don't have any idea how much tea is in China. But as far as it goes, the computer animation food fight, it is such a stupid movie. My husband likes it though. He laughs so hard at it. I laugh at it too because it's so stupid. Well, I'm glad that you're here, Money. So that means that Phoenix is gone. I like funny movies too. Sometimes I need to watch one. You know, get into a foul mood or something, just pop something funny in. I like catching some of the YouTubers too that's got the comedy. There's well, Melanie Hine for one. She makes me laugh really good. But yep, nothing like a good funny movie. What's the funniest movie that Jinsov ever watched? Oh, gee. Ah, that's not really something I enjoy. I think that goes a little bit too far. Either one of yous like Charlie Chaplin or have ever seen him? I love Charlie Chaplin. What, when they're pranked? Yeah. I try not to laugh like at people's calamities if they get hurt, but some of the stupid things that they do kind of gets me giggling. Yeah, now that is a hoot. Seeing people get scared, that's crazy, the reactions on that. I had watched on YouTube on American Idol, or no, it was Britain's Got Talent. Anyway, the audition was it's Sacred Rihanna. Anyway, she's a magician, an illusionist, and her work is incredible. But so I decided to watch a reaction video, and here's this guy, and he's watching, and his response to her is so comical. I got such a great laugh out of that. I couldn't stop laughing at him. Yeah, yeah, sometimes they do. People's got to watch about that. They can get pretty vicious. Then the prank isn't no fun. I don't know how to do a good prank. always afraid of doing something that's going to be painful or something. I honestly don't know how to do a good prank. That's true. Well, I wish I could get 1,000,000 views. I'm still reaching for that ultimate video that gets me the ultimate amount of views. I keep digging. It's hard to please a crowd. If we keep at it, our day will come, I'm sure. It would definitely shoot us over the roof if we managed that, wouldn't it? 1,000,000 views. Shoot us over the roof. There's one small YouTuber, she's still under 1,000, and her video went viral. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know. That's kind of like, okay. And I definitely don't want to copy them. Be my luck, I wouldn't be as successful. Wouldn't be too fair either. I'm kind of looking for my big mouth to be that big giant hit. Yeah, I could too. Now, I told Big Mouth plainly she wasn't going to take over my channel, but so far she just about has. I get more comments out of her videos than I do on my great walks. I'm going to have to start doing those walks again soon. No, it really isn't. Because, you know, people, they're looking for reason to laugh, even if it's just for a minute. And so I think the Snapchat is an awesome way of doing it. That's how I started my YouTube channel. The very first video I uploaded was a big mouth. But it wasn't on a review. It was actually about the weather, because at the time it was cold. I'd just sprung my ankle, so I was kind of more or less bedridden. I was talking about how cold it was outside. And that was my very first video. I ended up deleting a whole lot of my Snapchats, though. I live in Texas, and Grandpa lives in Maine. There was one Snapchat that I'd uploaded. It was, give your husband a hug today. And it was crazy. Yeah. I'm finding out there's a whole lot of people in California. But anyway, the give your husband a hug today had my normal face, but instead of my eyes, they were brown eyes that were bulging, and they would just roll around. Did you watch the one where I done wasabi? No, with the wasabi, I just about peed myself. I came a hair of spitting it out in front of the camera. I had to make myself keep it in my mouth. It was like a dried fish skin that had wasabi pasted on it. It was so nasty. Yeah, oh shoot, what? It was on Asian Candies, I think is the title. Asian Candies. I'm pretty sure that's what I titled it. Anyway, that wasabi on that fish skin was just, oh my gosh. And my mother-in-law still talks about it. She says how much and she felt sorry for me. But she had done this really crazy thing. She had seen some green food and she thought it was avocado guacamole, so she just dived right in and it was wasabi. She regretted that. So she felt sorry for me when I got to try it. And except for the heat and the pinch, that seaweed wasn't no better. Seriously, it wasn't. I couldn't help myself, Grandpa. That stuff was so horrible. I don't care what people says about the seaweed diet. They can keep it. I don't want it. It's not that healthy. Not for me. I was expecting heat, you know? At least if it would have had the spicy heat to it, it might would have covered up the taste. But it didn't have the spicy heat it was supposed to have. And so basically, I was just eating seaweed. It seriously tasted like a fish tank smells, honestly. It was just, oh my gosh. A spicy heat would have been better. Yeah, it was Japanese or Korean, whichever it was. Anyway, it was an Asian snack and it was supposed to have spicy heat. That's what it reads on the package, spicy hot. And there was no heat, none whatsoever. Didn't even have a kick to it. And it just so happened my husband got two bags, one for my big mouth and one for him to try. He still hasn't opened his yet. He probably won't either because he saw my response. Kind of spoiled it for him. And he was looking forward to seeing me try it. He loves making fun of me. Kind of teases me. He knows I have a low tolerance of heat, and so he kind of teases me about anything that's spicy. You have got to find me trying those Asian snacks, Grandpa, so you can see me try that wasabi on the skin. Seriously. And then you can say which one you prefer. Me doing the seaweed or the wasabi. But that's not it. In a few weeks, I've got coming up some Mexican candies. Um, I'm not going to say anything else, but I will tell you this. I'm kind of scared. So that's coming up probably in about 3 more weeks. You still on here, Money? Yeah, I was thinking that might have been you with having some trouble, Grandpa. Hope you're not having it again. And I'm right back down to one view, and I don't know if it's Money on here or what. You're a yo-yo today, Grandpa. I hate it when technology acts up, honestly. Especially being in the middle of something important. That's not good. Yep, that's the truth. It does. I'd rather keep the ups than the downs, though. When the downs come around, I just try to overlook them and move on. Unless they get too stressful. It doesn't do any good. I mean, if you're always complaining about things that comes around, can't enjoy life too much. It's too much going on. It does a lot of damage if you dwell on the things that's bad and bothers you. So, as they say, if life serves you lemons, make lemonade. So, I do try to look at the more positive side of anything. Try to. Yeah. I know, like, sometimes if something's bothering me, like, for instance, where I had to divorce my first husband, it bothers me because I had to. Then I think of where I'm at right now, and things are so much better for me. My second husband, he treats me better, and we get along better, and I've got a lot of things going for me here in Texas that I didn't have in Kentucky, and so I just always try to look at that. Makes it easier. The sad thing is my children didn't want to come to Texas with me, and they were old enough to make their own decisions, so it kind of hurt. But it also helped my ex, because seeing that he was going to be responsible, it made him straighten up. So in a way, that was the best thing I ever done for him. And I miss my kids, though. My daughter's going to be 27. My second one's 18. She's going to be 19. Both their birthdays are in December, or September, rather. So my oldest is going to be 27. My second's going to be 19. And then I've got a son, and he's going to be 16 next year. And my granddaughter's my granddaughter just turned 8 in June. Yep, that's you. That's my boy. Grandpa, my son is on here. He's got his own channel, Fire Gamer 119. You gonna stay on here for a while, bud? Well, I hope so, at least for a little bit. I'm not gonna hold the stream too much longer. What have you been into today, son? Wow. That's pretty good, Grandpa. Everything going all right with Tisha Gay, son? Is she still there? I think my bud left me. Unless Grandpa's having trouble with his phone again. Yep, my bud had to get off, but that's fine. Well, that's good, Grandpa. My son doesn't stay on long when he does get on the chat. Yeah, the good thing is, me and him, we talk at least once a week. We video chat through Messenger, so that's pretty good. Yeah, it's a small treat when he does come on. That's not very often. He has to deal with the cell phone too, so. But he's trying to get his channel started. And he's only got 10 subscribers and 5 videos, or 6. No, 5 videos. Well, that's cool. I've been down Florida. My ex-mother-in-law used to live down there. But the way it was, she lived in West Virginia, and she had a home in Florida, so when it'd be cold in West Virginia, she'd go down Florida, and then when it'd get hot down Florida, she'd move back up to West Virginia. But yeah, I've not gone all through Florida though. Well, it'd be a nice reprieve. I'm sure Maine gets pretty cold. So that'd be nice for you to go down Florida and kind of enjoy more timid, rather, more comfortable. I prefer the heat myself. Kentucky had some pretty harsh winters. I don't know about the humidity levels. I'm not so sure. I didn't stay down there long enough to really get to know it. But What small part that I got to go to, I loved it. Thought it was pretty. Don't know if I'd want to live down there though. Now Beckley's all right. Um, I went there for a field trip when I was in school. I went to Christian school for a few years, and we done a field trip in Beckley. I lived in the southern eastern part of Kentucky, so West Virginia was my next door neighbor. Nice. West Virginia, it's really a beautiful state as long as you stay out of the slummier areas. The mountains are so gorgeous. But there's a whole lot of poverty in West Virginia. It's sad. A lot of poverty in Kentucky, too. I'd say Maine is beautiful. I've always been curious about it. Is it like forestry and stuff? Or just undeveloped land? I'd say it does. Then I guess it's not too much of a forest if logging is the main industry. Maine's a pretty big state too, isn't it? Ooh. Now see, that's something I definitely could not handle. I could never do 60 below. I done good to make it through 20 above. I'd say it does. Yeah, Florida might be a really excellent idea then, as long as you can handle the heat in the summer. Now, next year, toward the end of the school season, I plan on going back to Kentucky to visit my kids, my granddaughter. I look forward to that. Well, if you can handle traveling back and forth, then go for it, 'cause it'd be worth it. Drove through, went from Kentucky and drove on down into Florida. That was a rough trip. And got to drive through Atlanta, 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 Georgia. Anyway, I was the one that drove through it. Everybody else was sitting as passengers, and I drove through it. I was like, no. My nerves have gotten so bad now, I wouldn't be able to drive through it again even if I tried. I don't know how in the world I did the first time. Houston's no better. When I met up with my second husband, he lived in Houston at first, and I'd have him drive most of the roads. I'd drive the back roads and let him drive the bigger roads. It is too much traffic and too confusing. Now, I don't have too much of a problem with traffic. The traffic here in Waco, it gets pretty tight, but it's not bad. But Houston, that was rough. That'd be nice. That way you can stop along the way and just camp out. That'd be cool. It'd sure be trying to drive straight or something, or pay for a hotel or something other. Yeah, that might do you some pretty good, Grandpa. They give you two areas to be in when the weather's too severe in one. That'd be a really good idea. Well, what time is the other live stream coming on that you're going to be joining, Grandpa? Oh, okay. Okay. It doesn't look like we're going to have any more traffic, so let's go on ahead and run this up, Grandpa. I'll go onto your channel and I'll try to find those 3 videos that you've got out. I'll watch that one where you're with your dog. I'll have to see what content you got. So, I'm going to go on ahead and say bye. And tomorrow I'm going to be doing another live chat at 3:30, so hopefully you'll be able to join me. Oh, now I've got a second one coming in. I'll be sure and watch that. Hello. If you say hi, I'll stay on here a little longer. I don't mind to stay on longer if you want to stay on and chat. I was just getting ready to wind up because it's only me and Grandpa. Yeah? We've had some pretty interesting conversations. I'm going to see who this other person is, Grandpa, before I close out, if they'll reply. Okay. I don't know, though. You kind of starting to seem like my own grandfather. I lost my last maternal grandfather a few years ago. Now I've just got my grandmother's third husband. I guess whatever hits me. If I want to call you Dave, I'll call you Dave, or if I want to call you Grandpa. It just seems natural calling you Grandpa, though. You're really starting to feel like a grandfather to me. It appears that we lost that second visitor, so yeah, we're going to go on ahead and close this out. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll adopt you. So hopefully you can make it tomorrow at 3:30. Monday will be my last live stream until next weekend. All right. I'll talk to you later then, Grandpa.